So I don't massively see his way. Okay then. Now we've got a game on. Okay. So hello, Gomez here for the LAN Up channel, again with another deck for you today. This one is by far a meme deck. This is in no way a meta deck at all. This is just for a laugh. I've been working it again with the KDA cards. I've been trying to come up with like really fun ways of doing things because I do like more comedy. And I've not had a Suit of Perfection deck in a while. So allow me to show you Give Them Perfection. Let's do this. So as I said, the deck is called Give Them Perfection. That is because we are using the, Give It All KDA card. As you can see, there is only one copy of it. Because we're running a Suit of Perfection deck, the idea, the meme behind this deck is you want to be getting out Perfection as quickly as possible, draw that, and then make every minion on the board be perfect, because every minion that's on the board will become 30-30 with Overwhelm. If there's additional keywords like elusive or anything else, obviously they'll also get added, but making everyone perfect is what this deck is all about. So allow me to go through it. As you will see, there's a lot of 1 copies, and I threw this into Ionia, which is very different than what I normally do. I normally have, which I've been putting a lot of time with Perfection in Targon, but I would explain why my decisions are. So we'll quickly go through the deck list and let's do this. So Poro Cannon, really good to be able to get resources, like, you know, for especially being able to deal with aggro in terms of the fact that they use Poro Cannons themselves, so it's kind of a counter for that, as well as the fact that this is a card that then creates more cards. All you need to do is use one of those elusive Poros, and then you could potentially rummage off the other one, because basically every single time that you're spending mana on a card which is the same as a card you've already played, you're not getting closer to perfection. So that's why this deck is a little bit chop changey, but as I said, I will go through every little bit as we go. Firm Beam, just because that is just such a devastating move to be able to get, like, it's a really good removal that you can actually work out how much damage you want that to do on how much mana you've got. So if you're trying to get rid of something off the board, like Trundle, or if you're trying to get rid of something off the board, I'm just trying to think of all the other ones. So like if like Scouts and whatnot, if you're trying to get rid of Misfortune, you got this in hand. So there's certain times where you near enough kind of sometimes want to have this in the mulligan, just to have to always know that you've got that counter depending on what's going to be what you're against. Jerry Rigs to work with the Rummage, as well as they work with Porocan, as well as the fact that they work with Urchin. So it's just what you like. I just threw all 3 Jerry Rigs in because there's so much discard. Mainly it's for the draw. You want to be trying to draw because the more cards you draw, the more different cards you can play, and therefore yet again the closer to perfection one becomes. Retreat is in this deck just because, so there's certain things that you might want to retreat. Remember the fact that once you use retreat actually counts as 2 spells if you're smart with your mana. So therefore 2 spells gets you closer yet again to perfection, but you can get rid of you could return, say, a Investigator for more draw, or you could return a Shadow Assassin and then replay them again, because I can't remember whether or not it's when summoned, and that is also when summoned. Yeah, so by retreating and then replaying, you get more draw off of both of them, as well as the fact that you can save their life. So if something's happening, you can go into a trade and then retreat them to put them back out again. You can also use retreat to save Heimer. Heimer is the one champion in this. Heimer just works so well with perfection because the fact that literally every single bot that he makes, that's why you've got like a variety of different spells at different levels, because every single bot, as long as it's a different bot, they all count towards the Suit of Perfection. So that's why you kind of want to be spacing out and not have as many spells which are the same amount, basically, is what the plan is with that. Yeah, again, which it's Sonic Wave. So just like this one counts as 2 spells if you use it right, Sonic Wave counts as 2 spells. Now the reason we put 2 of them in, because normally I'd maybe drop that to a 1, but we put 2 of them in because of the fact that you can draw the things that they're trying to keep on the back line, whether it be a Herald of Dragons or the ramp options in which you're in a ramp deck, it's just nice to be able to pull those things off and make sure that you can be beating the crap out of them, especially if you know that there's going to be an avalanche move or something like that, doing damage to those kind of things on the back line, especially their stones, so that they're going to be taking the stones with them if they use avalanche, is always nice. Now of course there's troll chant and things like that they can use to get around it, but it's forcing more of their resources. Trail of Evidence is just really nice because it makes a zero cost, like, random thing. Sometimes it will be what you already have, obviously out of these options, but there will be times where it won't be what you have, and there is some nice things within the 2-slot region that is nice, and you get to play it for 0, and so it's just yet again working towards perfection. As I already said, a little bit of draw. It does draw for your enemy as well, so you do need to be careful with this one, but I just like the idea of having draw as well as a unit, so that's the reason why I still keep the Investigator in. Potentially, maybe, like I said, like, all of my decks can be edited. I definitely always believe in editing, so if there's anything that you decide to change, you can chop and change as much as you want. Flash of Brilliance, just such an amazing spell, especially when you've got Heimer, so that you can get those free cost things, as well as the fact that it's creating random spells, and the 6 cost spells, there's so many between these 2 regions in the 6 cost slot that you could go, so obviously Transmogrify, but also Dusk and Dawn, which is very nice with perfection, but it can work with other things depending on what you've got on the board. This works very nicely as well. Stand United. This one could be a very nice counter move if they push forward with a lot. So if you're against a aggro deck and you just use this against them, if you can survive, that's such an amazing widget card, so you're wiping their board, as well as the fact that obviously this is creating, and if you've still got Heimer on the board when doing this, then obviously you're laughing. So it's a lot, there's a lot of like nice spells within that, as well as like protection spells and things along those lines. So River Shaper is just to be drawing your spells. There's a number of spells in this deck, and therefore the ability to be able to draw them is very nice to be able to obviously play for Widget getting closer to perfection, as well as the fact that he can actually draw perfection, so that you know that you've got it in hand. Shadow Assassin, yet again, is in here for draw, as well as to be able to defend and attack elusively. Deny. See, this is the reason why we've gone with Ionia. So normally, as I said, I would normally go with Targon, but we put Ionia Widget into this because we want these denies, because we want the ability to stop them from either, because at this moment in time, Ionia and Ionia in terms of what's her face, Karma, and Feel the Rush and War Mothers is still quite big at the moment. To be able to deny those options, or to be able to try to deny them from denying your Suit of Perfection if they're playing a Karma deck. So it's just to try and give you ways around what your opponent's going to be trying to do to counter you. So that's the reason why we've kind of gone for Ionia. But as I said, normally I'd go Targon. Yeah, again, a little bit of draw and damage. Deep Meditation just for drawing some spells, because obviously you've got which you like everything, especially if you've got Heimer, just amazing to be able to draw spells to be able to use with him. Perfection. Obviously this card is so nice. It's a draw card, as well as the fact that it is a 5/5 if you're playing it at the right time. It's just a nice little thing to have. And obviously give it all so you can try to get everyone perfect, and then progress day just as a draw if needed, but you've got quite a little bit of early draw, so potentially not 100% needed. Sometimes I think about maybe getting rid of Investigator and popping in the Dredger instead, because admittedly the Dredger would only be doing draw on your side of the field, so potentially swapping this for this at some point might be a plan. But as I said, all of my decks are interpretable, and you can definitely chop and change as you like, depending on what your playstyle is. But this is the deck that I've gone with for myself. But please let me know what you think down in the comment section down below. I said the whole purpose of this is to go for that meme of perfection into give it all and make the whole board 30/30s with Overwhelm. But as I said, let me know what you think down below. If there's any changes you make, let me know. If you run this deck, how does it work out for you? Please let me know any funny moments and things that happen to you. There is also shameless plug time, the Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. You can catch me live on Twitch on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So if you want to head over there and say hello, duel me, throw deck suggestions at me, I'm up for all of these things. Or if you just want to sit in the audience and have a good time and have a laugh, I am always up for all of that stuff. So if that feels like fun, why not head over there? There is also the Discord. So Discord link will be down below, where we're making a lovely community of people who all love Legends of Runeterra, love gaming, and just want to have a good time and a laugh together. There's also a games night and a movie night in that Discord. So if you want to get involved, get on mic with Gomez and call him a bitch or whatever the hell, you can do whatever you want. It's good times. It's always fun. Always up for a a laugh, always up for a laugh. So if that sounds like fun, there is that Discord for you. I do have a personal goal of trying to hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube or 1,000 followers on Twitch, or like potentially both of them by the end of the year. We are so close. Twitch, we're within 100. We're like at 910 or something at this moment in time. YouTube, we are getting so close to 800, so that we're nearly just 200 away. The amount of support from you guys has been amazing, I'm not gonna lie, and if I can hit those goals, I will try to do something which is going to be like an amazing thank you to all of you for doing this, because honestly, you are making my dreams come true. So thank you so much for your support, your continued support. And if you are watching this and you're new and you feel, oh, I like that curly head mustachioed son of a bitch, I'm gonna hit that follow, hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much. Anyway, without further ado, let's get in and see how this deck do in a couple of matchups. So is this going to be a Vault? Is this going to be a Vault one, or is this just going to be the standard Anivia? Because obviously standard Anivia was still with Shadow Owls and Rekindler, but there could potentially be a Vault in here, which to be fair is not bad. It's a proven formula that it works. I might be getting rid of Rummage. I'm actually going to get rid of you. I'm going to actually keep Flash. Oh, Savior of the universe. I mean, what I'm really looking for, we haven't actually got any landmark removal. That's a good point, actually. There's no landmark removal in here, but to be fair, there's no landmark removal in either of the two regions. Oh, I mean, okay, let's start trying to do something. Oh, we still can't even use him. The worst 2 costs we could have got, we've got an empty board. Potentially would have been useful if we had something that would have been nice to recall. But yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie, this has not been the best starting hand to the situation. We're allowing them to ramp up, and we've got nothing at this moment in time, because we really need to be doing like early game. We really need to be doing early game suppression and things like that, but we haven't drawn into anything that's helpful right now. We could use the static, but I'd rather be leaving that so that we can use this and then kill the egg. So, or if he throws out the vaults to be able to kill the egg, we might just have to go for this move here, just to hope that we can find something. So I mean, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we're still okay for another draw, but this is not started well. This is not. There we go. A minion we can throw on the board. Oh, it goes into another one. Fantastic.
We fight for one failure.
Okay, so we need to work this out right now. So go with you. I can throw Sonic Wave on this and increase its damage. I don't want to be grabbing the other guy, but we're using it primarily so that we're using 2 spells. So we're using it primarily just so that we're using 2 spells, and that's the plan here. Use those 2 spells, get a little bit of extra damage in, and so that we're getting closer, because obviously we haven't really been playing many cards for this. Okay, right, so he's going to be yet again attacking forward. We could go with a thermal beam just to be removing one of these threats. Potentially actually just throwing out the jerry rig and then going into a thermal, just so that we can defend the other 5/5. So throw this out, going into this. I mean, he could throw an avalanche. I do know the fact that avalanche is a chance, because we can't defend that now with deny, but it's a risk I'm willing to make, because he will actually be okay. Fine, no avalanche. Okay, giving himself more resource. I mean, we do have another assassin, so it's not the worst. But yeah, we're getting close to this one, so we're nearly halfway there. This is not the way that we wanted things to happen, but we can work with what's currently happening right now. I really want to draw Heimer, because we've actually got some nice spells that would work with Heimer very, very nicely. There you are. He cometh when called. I mean, we know that there's going to be ruinations most likely, or at least what I would assume. I'd at least assume there's going to be ruinations. But yeah, we're going to go do that little tiny bit of damage. Obviously, we need to watch out for this. So saving up that mana. We're going to wait for the attack to happen. Yep, so he grabs that. Right, now what we're going to do is we're going to use this to use off of you. We could actually get rid of this because at this moment in time there's not really much for us to recall, or we could get rid of the Sonic because of the fact that we haven't actually we're not going to use it again, but we could use it again to use with Heimer, so it's not actually the worst case scenario. Whereas him, there's not a lot that I can really do with him right now, so I don't mind using that. So throwing this out just to defend yet again here. We could throw a static in, but we're gonna wait and put Heimer on the board. I kind of want to pass. I almost want to pass the turn to see what they do, to see whether or not they develop, or whether, because they could just go directly into a what's his face move. But we're gonna go for resource, because if they do go into a ruination move or even a vengeance, we do actually have a few moves that we can use that are gonna help. Oh, War Mothers! I'm so glad that I can stop this right now, and it actually counts towards Heimer's thing. We could have used Flash, but I'm going to admit that that was not my main priority. My main priority was countering what was currently happening to me. Okay, so we know that they've got a War Mother deck, and we do actually have counter to War Mother, so it's fine. We can work with, I mean, Singular Will might end up being hilarious later on down the line. So, yes, that's a thing. That's a thing that I was not expecting, and that's what makes it interesting. So how close are we? So, yeah, I mean, we're nearly getting there. We haven't drawn the other aspect of it yet. I don't mind. We're gonna go for trying to take. We're gonna go for trying to take this out right now, because we can use Static Shock. Ooh, okay, right. So Heimer's definitely dead. Okay, Heimer's definitely dead. We're gonna throw all the bots out just so that we can, yet again, get closer to perfection with every single one of those that we're playing, and then we're gonna go and just lessen the field. He could actually throw out a troll chant here to save this one's life. Turns out he doesn't have that. But keeping back the fact that we have a Singular Will might end up being hilarious. Oh, son of a... Oh, please be the spider. It's a 50-50 chance that it's going to be either the spider or the big man. Yes! Devastating. I'm not going to lie. He's upset. I mean, I'd be upset if that happened. If that happened to me, I'd be upset. So he must be hurting. But how close are we to perfection right now? So... right now, we're still 4 away. We could throw out the River Shaper, but I would prefer to continue. I would prefer to have the maximum spell mana, especially considering the fact that we know that War Mothers is a thing. Okay, so I'm actually going to throw out Progress Day because we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, I mean Progress Day is going to be a hard one, but I feel like Progress Day is where we go. I feel like Progress Day is where we go. So it means that we get an 8-8 on the board immediately, because technically we've already played Heimer. Like technically Heimer's already in the... Oh, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. We got too many cards to get the 8-8. Oh, I did not foresee that. But luckily enough, even though I did not foresee things, we do still get a recall so that we can save this Heimer's life. So it wasn't all for naught, as they say. Oh, wait a minute. He still lives to that, doesn't he? Yeah, he still lives. So that's all good. That's all good. He still lives. He took a little bit of him, but he didn't take all of him. He still had enough health to get his way through. Sadly, we don't get the other aspect of the spell because yet again, Heimer takes up too much space. That's absolutely fine. So I'm actually going to play the River Shaper. I'm going to play the River Shaper. We need to be careful because we know that they have... what's his face? We know that they're playing War Mothers, so we need to be careful and make sure that we're keeping that deny at least within range. So, throwing Heimer out. Throwing Heimer out because we know... Yet again, I mean, technically we are unbelievably close here. I have no idea what the hell I need to play right now because we need to play something different, but sadly everything we're playing are things that we've already seen. So we do have a we do have a strat, which is like a stand united, which could be a bit devastating. It means that we get in some elusive damage as well. So I like the idea of using it so that we can still attack in with the River Shaper. And we can actually attack him with Heimer as well by giving him a barrier. So potentially doing that move just so that we can get an elusive. And by throwing this elusive out, we actually as well have now got perfection. Now all we need to do... Oh, not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. That is devastating, but also not 100% devastating because he has actually fulfilled the task that he needed, as well as the fact that we've got another one in hand. So it's not actually the worst thing that could have happened to us. Now we could go wide. We could go wide on the board, but I still feel like we need to keep these back more to defend ourselves. But I don't mind River Shaper going into this because at least River Shaper is. Oh, such a shame. But he's really not got much what's his face in hand. He's really not got much things in hand right now. So our options are actually okay. Because I mean, we've got our Suit of Perfection. We are still looking for the other unit. Yep, so that's fine. You can take that. You can take that. We're gonna throw you out. And actually, I guess we get rid of the other. It is going to give him some draw, which is the only sad part about this. But we have the ability to go for Suit of Perfection. I'm not going to do Suit of Perfection just yet. Actually, we could do, because if he's got a Ruination, we just use the Deny. So if he's got Ruination, it's not actually the end of the game. So go for that move. So much of me hopes that I top deck the all-in spell. I just want to top deck the all-in spell just so that... Okay, right, so he's got his Anivia. He's got his Anivia, so we know that's a thing. We know that's a thing. But we really need to just be trying to, as quickly as possible now, try to find what we're looking for. So actually, these were both made, I think, off of, what's his face. I'm actually going to get rid of both of them. Maybe we should have got rid of Singular Will. But I know what I'm after. I'm after the big man spell. But it's like, do I keep you because you're a slight chance of drawing it? Or do I just go all in on this... on this draw, trying to find it right now, because it feels like maybe we go all in on the draw. So it's not helping me. It's not helping me. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. If we can top deck that spell, it would be amazing. But we do need to top deck it. Come on, come with me. All in. That's not all in. Okay. So we could just go for an attack forward, because if he does have a vengeance, then we do have the counter. I would have loved to have made everyone be perfection, but sometimes you can't. Sometimes, sadly, you can't make everyone perfection. As much as you want to, you sadly can't. So I don't massively see his way. Okay then. Now we've got a game on. Okay, so this is now where I do need to still be trying to find it. So potentially, which I said, we've got you for draw. We do have this for draw as well. Yes, actually, we've now got a game on. Okay. Let's go. So, Heimer, got another deny. I could save the River Shaper. I feel like maybe that's the nicer move here, just because we need to make sure that because he's our draw. He is our draw unit. So actually getting it. Plus we do have a deny for free cost. So if he does try to throw out a vengeance, yeah, okay. He just doesn't. I mean, we could stop that, but is it really worth stopping that? Probably not. I might end up regretting that decision. But I feel like if he's got Harrowing, or if he's got something like that's gonna be better for me to stop, then I'll just stop that. Okay, we're still looking. We could potentially just make everyone. Oh yeah, yep. So, gonna do the full cost on that one to get rid of that. We do have another copy in the deck, so it's not the worst thing if it does die. It's just obviously we would prefer it not to. So this is a bit of draw. Bit of draw here. Just Poro Cannon into Poro Cannon. It's not exactly what you're looking for, is it? I mean, if I had a spell. Actually, I mean, we do technically have a spell that can get rid of that. Yeah, so we can kill this. We're going to be losing everything behind. We could actually deny this so that we can save their lives, but right now, with the fact that they haven't got much resource either, I don't mind this. So we are slowly but surely losing more health on our catastrophe, but we've got to go with the plan. So gonna go with throwing a Poro out first, and then going into Beam just to get rid of that. I mean, there is always the chance of, okay, we're doing well. That's fine. Because I've still got the ability to make more. Oh, come on! Oh, come on! Let this happen! It's because he knew he was going to go into an attack move with the Suit of Perfection again. He knew that he couldn't handle it. Teemo Sej most likely would feel the rush. Actually, it depends on what version this deck is playing. Because there's the really rampy version, and then my version is not as rampy. So it depends on what version is being played here. I'm going to keep Heimer, and I'm going to keep Heimer, and I'm going to keep Flash. Also going to keep Jerry just because it's a nice little move we can put out that I might not be expecting. I do apologise. That's never pleasant. That's never what anyone wants to see. Oh, the immediate turn 1 Teemo. Come on, give me something. I mean, we don't even have a Mystic in this deck. So it's not even like we have the counter to Teemo of Mystic. So we do have an elusive, but obviously his deck might have Get Excited or anything along those lines. Actually, I guess we do also have the Thermal Beam, so we'll throw this out first as for the draw.
Have 3.
It becomes who becomes the worst threat, because the Mushroom Man, because this deck, if it's running all the spells, this deck is actually going to be quite devastating. I'm actually going to go for trying to kill the Mushroom Man here. Now you might say, Gomez, you fool, you should just go for killing Teemo. But I know how devastating that Mushroom Man can be, and I'm damn well not going to be the man who falls for his mushroomy charms and just neglects him and goes for the Teemo kill. So yeah, no, we'll go with that. I'm happy with that. We just need to, if we can save 3 spell mana next turn, it'd be really nice, because if we can do that, we throw Heimer out. Curse you! Okay, well played. Well, I mean, we might end up regretting the decisions that we've made. Oh, do you know how much of me wants to static right now, but in doing so means that I don't get a lovely Heimer move next turn. Oh, the decisions. Right, I'm gonna go for this, but there is ways like Troll Chant and whatnot that you can get around it. Like, there is actually buff spells and whatnot that can help Teemo. Yep, Troll Chant. See, I should have just gone with my initial instincts. Should have just gone with the initial instincts of just save spell mana, Heimer, we can get him later. That should have been the plan. That should have been the plan, and now I massively regret everything. He could have counter. Last minute, I throw Heimer out right now, and I throw him out into nothingness. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, he doesn't gain anything from me throwing him out. So I'm actually gonna go a different way about it, but I will be regretting my decisions. Definitely. I will definitely be regretting my decisions. Definitely be regretting my decisions. 100%. The regret is now me. Right. Yeah, I've got nothing. I've got nothing that can stop Teemo. So he gets the level up. He gets the level up. There's literally nothing I can do about that.
Ooh, quite a collection.
You little cheery bastard, man. Right, we're gonna throw out Heimer. We have got a few different things. We could even go for flash into deny if he tries to kill Heimer right now. So that's at least something. So I really hope he goes for a thermal, because then he just wastes all of his mana on that. I doubt that he does, but if he does, that just legit gives me like an okay situation. We do have 15 mushrooms in the deck, and we are like only a quarter of the way there to perfection. So I'm not gonna lie, it's Hail Mary time. It's Hail Mary time, right? Just curious to see what they use. I'm just more curious to see what they're gonna go for. So he could go. Okay, we're just gonna pass. Just gonna pass. We could have gone for trail of evidence, and we could have gone for a few things, but I want to keep the deny. I want to keep the deny option open. So interesting that we do actually. I want something with a nice bit of health that's not going to get picked off by an easy target spell. But the fact that we actually have something that can target Teemo, like protect us from Teemo. Maybe we even keep this back. Like, don't use it. I know that it's going to be free this turn. It's going to go up to 2 cost next turn. But maybe actually allowing it to go up to 2 cost is not the worst plan, because he doesn't know that we have that, and it's actually a perfect counter to Teemo. So we attack full with this, because he can only defend there. We're gonna go with this. We're gonna go with this attack. We could even throw technically the other bot forward as well. We do, as I said, like have a jerry rig that we can throw out. We've kind of got to go a tiny bit aggressive. We want this guy to attack in so that we can get. We want this guy to attack in just so that we can get a spell. Yeah. Yep, that's fine. So we're still getting a little tad bit of damage in, while still keeping a mean on the board, meaning that we can, meaning that we're drawing a spell. Okay, I'm gonna throw Jerry Rig out, because by throwing Jerry Rig out, it does mean that we still have the mana. We do still have the mana to be able to use the deny if needed. If the deny is needed, we have the ability to use it. So I'm fine with this. I'm fine with this. If I keep telling myself I'm fine with this, then I will eventually one day be fine with it. So we're more than halfway there to perfection. Yes. I mean, he's going to have a counter, but at least he's not going to double up the shrooms. That's the one positive I have, is that at least he won't double the shrooms, and we can. That's fine. It's fine. I mean, it's not fine. It's not fine, but we will live. We will live with the decisions of what happens. Okay, so.
The sea tells me all I need.
Ooh, flash of brilliance! So I actually get a lovely. Before Heimer dies, he gets out a lovely move. He gets out a lovely move before he dies. So counter and strike. We're gonna go for throwing this out first. I mean, the problem is that we're going to create too many bots, is what's going to be. Like, we're going to create too many bots, and that's going to be our problem. But yes, you weren't expecting this. You weren't expecting this display. Right, might as well, like, say sod it and throw this on top just to gain another bot. We could have done it again, but we're running out of space for bots, so we might as well just accept the fact that Heimer's gonna die right now, sadly. I mean, actually, we had this in hand. Why didn't we challenge this out? Was my mind just not working? We could have challenged him out earlier, potentially. I don't know what was going on in my head, but the point is, I realised it now. Too late, but I realised that we actually had the ability to challenge him out if we were smart. Okay. Oof. I mean, I can't deny that. I can deny that to make sure that Teemo dies. I feel it is important that Teemo dies. Curse you, Teemo! We made another bot as well, so we've actually got a very close. I mean, obviously, the problem is that Sejuani now means that she can dictate the state of play in terms of she can like every single time we draw a mushroom, she instantly frostbites our side of the field. But not only that, if they've got a mystic shot or something like that, they can just use that to destroy our side of the field, which is not ideal. I'm not gonna lie, it's not ideal. Okay. Ow. So immediately everyone is frostbitten, which I'm not gonna lie, as I say, not ideal. We do actually also have just a massive boulder thing, so actually having the space right now to play things is not 100% there. But at least if he kills that, yet again, it's making room so that we can put in some other things. So we do also have this, so the potential of getting, I mean, we've got 2 Suit of Perfections in our hand as well, so 2 more cards and we do actually have 2 suits. The main problem will have become the mushroom and the fact that we can't really do anything about Teemo. I mean, we can do something about Teemo because potentially we can hook him out this turn. So hopefully, if the game decides to be nice to me, we might be able to kill Teemo. I doubt it because he's definitely going to have counter. And we don't have the mana to play this anymore. I probably should not have put the additional point of damage in there, because by putting the additional point of damage, it's kind of screwed us over, in all honesty. So yeah. Actually, it wouldn't. No, actually, put in the chat. Actually, I'm not. Actually, I don't think, because that only cost 1, wouldn't it? So actually, no, we never had the. Okay. At least one Teemo is down. At least one Teemo is down. Not the best, but he's down. Okay. If he goes for an immediate attack forward here, which potentially he could do, I wouldn't blame him for going for an immediate attack forward, because he's got the Overwhelm, and we obviously cannot defend ourselves properly. Yep. Okay, so
Beg your pardon?
I mean, we can survive with a little bit more if we just like switch it trans this. It does get us that little bit closer here as well. So potentially transmogrifying. So choose a follower. Pick a follower to transform into. I mean, obviously it would be lovely to be able to use this with our Suit of Perfections, but you've kind of got to go with what's going to be helping level this up, as well as the fact that it's going to be doing a little bit more damage to Sej, and just it gives us 1 additional point of HP, so there is that as well. It's an okay, it's not the best move, but it's at least something that we can do. If I can throw you out the next turn, we can throw out 2 Suits of Perfection. But obviously, all it takes is one. I mean, we do have the thermal, so we can actually even thermo this down. So hopefully there's no troll chant or nothing that can save her life. But we do potentially have a thermal beam that could be very helpful for us right now. And then 2 Suits of Perfection, and we're laughing like, I mean, it's not his attack turn. I mean, admittedly, This is, I mean, why did he do that at the start of his turn? Why did he do that at the start of his attack? Because that would have been devastating. There was literally nothing we could have done if he had done that move first. So, bit of a, I mean, okay, he might have thought we had deny, which admittedly we did have deny, so, okay. Fair point, fair point. But all we need to do now is, even though he's rushing us down, he's making us feel the rush, we're gonna make him feel the suit of perfection. I mean, this definitely has gone, this has been a very weird game.
More for my collection.
This has been a very weird game, okay? I mean, come on, I want to hit a mushroom. I want to hit a mushroom because it can't activate twice. Son of a bitch. It can't activate twice in one turn. So if we could have forced ourselves to I mean, is he making the decisions now? Is he making the decisions of, shit, what do I do? I mean, he's about to get a cat on the board. What do I do? He doesn't even know. He's blissfully unaware that there's the second cat in here as well. I mean, that's fine, Brom. That's fine. Das is fine, Brom. I mean, the one problem is gonna be if he's got another. The one problem is gonna be if he's got harsh wind or if he's got a frostbite. Admittedly, that ruins everything. But if he hasn't, then this is not. I wish I had more mana. If I had more mana going into this turn, I could have used the retreat, because technically this only costs 1, so we could have retreated it and actually thrown it back out again. But we would have needed free spell mana on top of this. He can still have frostbite. I just want to note that he can still have the frostbite move. So it's not all over yet. It's not all over yet. Don't have frostbite. Don't have frostbite. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't be that man. No, don't do it. I said no.
I've always been a fun guy.
Okay, we have nothing that can save our life now. We have nothing that can save our life. It was because it's the Teemo. We can stop we can stop the Sejuani, but the Teemo 10 damage. We can't stop that damage from hitting us. And sadly, without being able to stop that damage from hitting us, we really can't. We can't do anything. It's so upsetting because we had everything. Well, no, we didn't have everything because we didn't have the Give It All move. We still haven't got to play the Give It All move, which is very upsetting. I really want to play that. I mean, I know there's only one copy of it. Maybe that's the reason that we haven't got to play it, is because, like, literally, it's only a 1 copy in the deck. But, oh, curse you, He-Man. I mean, we're already dead anyway, right? So, sod it. I mean, only one of them had mushrooms on it. I mean, to be fair, he actually hadn't put too many mushrooms in our deck. But the fact that we had it, the fact that we could have made everyone perfect. It's fine. It's fine. I did. I'm not gonna lie. I completely forgot about the Feel the Rush move, so we should have been more careful. We should have made sure that we kept the ability to deny. I got too excited, and by getting overexcited, I did eventually screw myself over. So yes, that was the Give Them Perfection deck. Sadly, in any of the matchups we actually did against people, we didn't get to see the lovely combination of using, like, building a board, getting Perfection out, and then buffing the whole board with it. But the chance that it's there, that's what I love about that deck. It's just really funny. But a Perfection deck in general is always a good laugh. The denies in there can really work against War Mothers and can really work against Rush. Obviously, on the game that we had against the Rush Sejuani Teemo deck, we kind of neglected that fact. If we were playing a bit more smart, then we would have known to keep the mana back. So I do admit that was my stupid mistake. But it was a lot of fun playing, and that's the whole thing. It was a lot of fun. So please let me know what you think down in the comment section down below. If you which you like enjoyed the video, so yeah, again, let me know. But if there's any changes or if you use this deck, let me know. I think I already said that initially. I do stream, as I've already said, on Twitch on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So you want to come catch the action live, join in the live foolishness that is the Gomez playing Legends of Runeterra. Please feel free to. There's also the Discord link down below if you want to join this, which is this little community that we're kind of growing. It's actually a really nice one, and I'm very happy with the way that it's growing. So, and yet again, I do have that goal of 1,000 subscribers or 1,000 followers by the end of the year, which we're really close to. But thank you all so much for all the support. Until next time, bye! You do it. I said don't you do it. Okay. Is there literally anything that I could draw or that I could get from Flash of Brilliance that could save me? Save me! That doesn't save me. Okay. Is there anything from you? Save me. That doesn't save me! Okay. Get rid of this and get rid of this. Find something that can save me.